In the heart of Austin, Texas, lived a spirited 70-year-old retired schoolteacher named Margaret Collins. To her friends, Margaret was the very picture of discipline. Every dawn she tied her sneakers slung on a light jacket and walked her neighborhood streets for half an hour. She believed those walks were her shield against aging and heart disease. But over the years, Margaret noticed something unsettling. Her knees ached constantly, her stamina waned, and climbing stairs left her breathless. Her physician's advice never changed. Keep walking. It's the best thing for your heart. Yet Margaret felt in her bones that something wasn't right. The turning point came during a follow-up appointment with her cardiologist, Dr. Benjamin Harris. Instead of congratulating her for her dedication to walking, Dr. Harris leaned forward with a surprising suggestion. "Margaret, I think it's time to stop your daily walks. There are safer and far more effective alternatives for your heart." She blinked, stunned. Stop walking. It felt unthinkable. But Dr. Harris explained that new research from leading cardiac institutions showed walking, especially when painful and forced, could actually place unnecessary stress on aging joints and limit cardiovascular gains. He then laid out 5 specific activities that had transformed the health of countless seniors across America. Curious and desperate to reclaim her energy, Margaret decided to try them. Her first discovery happened at the YMCA's indoor pool on a Tuesday morning. She had never been in the water except for family beach vacations decades ago, but she stepped cautiously into the heated pool. Immediately, the weight lifted from her aching knees. Under the guidance of a trainer, she began with simple water walking in chest-deep water. Unlike pounding the pavement, the resistance of water challenged her muscles while sparing her joints. Within a week, Margaret was able to exercise for 45 minutes, pain-free, something impossible on land. The hydrostatic pressure of the water improved her circulation, reduced swelling in her ankles, and left her feeling light and refreshed. In just 1 month, her blood pressure dropped by nearly 20 points, and her resting heart rate slowed noticeably. Margaret was astonished. The second breakthrough came in the most unexpected place, her own living room. A rehabilitation specialist named Olivia Ramirez introduced her to chair-based cardiovascular exercises. Margaret had assumed chair routines were only for the frail, but she quickly learned otherwise. Sitting upright, she began marching in place, lifting her knees high and swinging her arms. Within minutes, her heart rate soared higher than it ever had during walking. Soon she was shadowboxing with light weights, extending her legs in rapid motions and twisting her torso side to side. These simple moves ignited her heart and strengthened neglected muscles, yet never triggered the painful flare-ups in her joints. She loved the flexibility she could exercise during her favorite TV shows, or whenever Texas weather turned too hot or stormy. After 6 weeks, her endurance skyrocketed, and even her doctor remarked that her cardiovascular fitness had improved beyond expectations. The third revelation came courtesy of a neighbor who gifted her a set of colorful resistance bands. At first, Margaret dismissed them as toys, but once she learned how to use them, she realized their hidden power. She performed seated rows with the bands looped around her feet, chest presses against their elastic pull, and eventually squats with band resistance that engaged her legs, core, and heart all at once. Unlike dumbbells, which strained her wrists, the bands provided adaptable resistance that grew harder as she moved. Within minutes, her heart rate entered the optimal training zone. Dr. Harris later explained that resistance training with bands triggers something called afterburn, where her body continued burning calories, and her heart worked harder even after she'd finished. Margaret loved that she could toss the lightweight bands into her purse and use them anywhere from her daughter's porch to a hotel room. Her fourth discovery was the most joyful of all. At her granddaughter's urging, Margaret joined a community dance program for seniors called Silver Steps. What began as gentle movements to Motown classics soon evolved into lively line dances, box steps, and even partnered waltzes. For the first time in years, Margaret laughed through her workouts. She wasn't counting minutes or miles. She was swept up in the rhythm and connection with others. Research shows that dancing not only elevates heart rate, but also engages the brain, improving coordination, memory, and mood. Margaret noticed she could sustain activity for nearly an hour without fatigue. Her heart rate fluctuated beautifully with the tempo, creating natural intervals of effort and recovery. The social aspect was equally healing. She built friendships, felt supported, and rediscovered joy in movement. The final and perhaps most surprising chapter of Margaret's transformation was rooted in stillness rather than motion. Dr. Harris introduced her to breathing techniques and gentle yoga. Skeptical at first, Margaret agreed to try. Sitting comfortably, she practiced the 4-7-8 breathing pattern. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 7, exhale for 8. After just minutes, she felt a wave of calm wash over her. Her blood pressure dropped, and her heart settled into a steady rhythm. She added box-breathing cat-cow stretches and restorative poses, like legs up the wall. These sessions not only strengthened her cardiovascular system, but also reduced her stress, improved her sleep, and lifted her mood. The yoga and breathing practices taught her to listen to her body, something she had ignored during years of forcing herself to walk through pain. 3 months after abandoning her daily walks, Margaret's cardiology report told a story few could believe. Her resting heart rate had plummeted from 84 to 64 beats per minute, the level of someone decades younger. Her blood pressure normalized without medication adjustments. More importantly, she felt vibrant again. She woke with energy, slept peacefully, and even joined her granddaughter on a hiking trail she once thought impossible. Her friends noticed the glow in her face and the spring in her step. Margaret's journey became a living testament that heart health after 60 doesn't require endless, painful miles of walking. It requires smart, joyful, and varied movement. Dr. Harris summed it up best during her final appointment. Margaret, you've proven that heart health isn't about doing more of what hurts. It's about finding what heals. You've given yourself not just more years, but better years. Today, Margaret shares her story with other seniors in her community. She tells them that water chairs, resistance bands, dancing, and breathing aren't signs of slowing down. They're tools for renewal. Her message is clear. Don't be afraid to let go of old habits if they no longer serve you. The path to a stronger heart and a fuller life may look different than you imagined, but it is never too late to begin.